Good morning. Every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. With Breakfast with the Broker, I have the luxury agent with One Sotheby's, Erin Omiatek.
Hi guys.
Thank you very much for coming. This is great. And sorry we're a little late. It certainly wasn't Erin's fault. It was ours. I forgot the tripod. Rebecca actually said, she'll hold it, but she doesn't really hold it, and it goes to anyway. So we're in this beautiful office, a lovely office, right on Atlantic Avenue, downtown Delray. There isn't really a hotter market than downtown Delray right now.
No, there isn't. Delray's very hot, especially now in the summer. We don't usually see this kind of movement and traction in the market, and things are just flying off the market. I'm very happy about that.
And it's really hot too.
Yeah, right.
Weather-wise.
Right, that too. Sweating constantly, showing houses.
So developments are really popping up all over the place,
Right.
Especially in Delray. And when people drive through here, they realize it's kind of funny because it used to be when they did these developments, they'd say, "Oh well, it's kind of like a mini Meisner or mini this."
Right.
Now they're going to, "Hey, this is like a downtown Delray."
Exactly. People love the walkability. There's a couple of new projects, 111 First Delray, which our brokerage actually handles the sales for, and 236th right off 5th Street, Federal, right over here. People like the walkability. They also like this Seagate neighborhood area because it's more families. You can buy a larger lot, build a bigger home on it. There are some great deals in there right now for land value and to be able to build. So it's wonderful. And north of the Ave, everything's just building up. Ocean Ridge, Gulfstream. Everybody loves the walkability and the close distance to the Ave.
It really is great. So you think you want to be a luxury agent, right? Well, Erin, tell us how great being a luxury agent is.
It is wonderful being a luxury agent. It's great to walk into these properties and just be in awe about the way that the clients decorate them. Just the windows, the doors. If you know anything about building, you see different architecture styles, and Richard Jones is down here. He's done a lot of the new construction. It's just he's making a huge mark on the map over in Lake Ida as well as East Delray with the new construction properties, and it's pretty amazing to be able to walk into a $24 million property and be like, wow, somebody put so much time and effort into really building it and the finishes and picking out everything, and it's pretty amazing.
And so how did you get into, the luxury real estate? Because a lot of times, it's, everyone wants to get into this space, because they see the HGTV and
right.
the luxury,
right.
New York $1 million listing,
right.
and LA and Miami, and they see this glamorous lifestyle. It's all like that, right? Because it's all easy.
All
it's really
like
easy.
No, I think you just have to ask for it. You just go out and you say, I'm going to specialize in this arena, and you pound the pavement. You send out flyers. You advertise in magazines. You post on your social media. I think it's a combination of everything together that really makes you great as an agent. And it also helps your clients because you're seen everywhere. The more things you can do to really put yourselves in the arena that you want to be in, just keep doing them. Surround yourself with those people who own those homes. And so that's very important.
I love that. A lot of times when people say, how did you get this business or how do you get that business? Yeah, well, just ask for it.
Just go out and ask for it. Pound the pavement. Knock on
it's
doors.
Simple, but it's, it really is, stays true to who people are. And, people generally want to help people.
Yes, they do. And that's very important in our business because there's a lot of things that go into selling a home that people don't realize. I mean, we fix toilets. We install drain stoppers. We do this ourselves before closings. And people don't understand, hey, you might be selling a $2 million house, but I was over there fixing the toilet before the closing. So this all goes into one big thing, and it's just to keep your business going and making people happy. Sure. We want to really help families. We want to help people relocating. Our feeder markets, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island. These people moving down, they don't understand the South Florida market. They don't know how it works, and they need to be able to trust their agent. Trust their agent has their best, and highest happiness involved in the transaction.
Absolutely. And how do you market these listings? You go out and obviously pound the pavement, as you said. And now you got the listing. You're all excited and
right.
all right. Well, now what do I do?
Well, I think our feeder markets really help, and being with the brand Sotheby's helps as well. We pull our feeder markets are, like I said, New York, New Jersey, the Midwest, Connecticut, and those are the people that are buying. So you really have to advertise. If you work with a global brand like Sotheby's, you need to reach out to all of your avenues. You really need to call the brokers up in New York and say, oh my God, I just got this great listing. It's right on A1A in Delray Beach, walkable to Atlantic Avenue, beach access. You really need to make those phone calls and tell people what you're doing. However, the brand does help facilitate that as well, because we do have every listing that we get, we have a website for it. We do Facebook posts for it. Instagram's huge with buying properties. And it's all kind of like in this social networking globalization market that we fortunately are in with this brand.
Yeah, it's amazing. A few years ago, if you know Jen Dardano,
Yes.
she, it was the first time I ever heard of it. It was probably about 3 years ago. She said that, and I don't remember the number, but somewhere in the $4, $5, $6 million range, she actually sold or got a buyer off of Instagram. And
Right.
it was the first time I'm like, wow, all right, maybe we need to kind of shift a little.
Absolutely.
And Instagram is obviously huge, IGTV and Insta stories and all
Right.
that stuff. But so it's great. You really have to put yourself out there. You have to ask for it,
Right.
and you have to market very well.
Well, and the videos too, I think help. I think
Sure.
because Instagram has changed its algorithm and is more feasible to work with these different apps that are coming out that you can create videos on your own. So if you're a little bit internet savvy and you can get on different apps and do the videos, those videos, if you tag the right things, are seen by so many people that you don't even think would see this video. And that will bring you a buyer from Connecticut that's laying in bed one day searching luxury properties, and all of a sudden they see yours and you get a phone call. So it really, everything combined together works.
Yeah, we're talking top of mind, right? It's
Yes.
the old fundamental principle. You got to be top of mind, and nowadays, customers demand, immediate attention and prompt
Absolutely.
responses. And, if not,
I do, as a customer
do
of
as well.
anything, so why
Yeah.
shouldn't my clients
I
demand
do
it as well?
Absolutely. So you have a partner, correct?
I do. Jennifer Sommers and I are partners. She's not here right now because she's out working as I'm doing this, and then I have to run to an inspection. So yes, we're a team, and we cover anywhere from Parkland to Lighthouse Point, Boca, Delray, Gulfstream, Ocean Ridge. We are all over the place, and being that we are a team, we're able to do a lot more things than just one person is.
And I mean, Jen's phenomenal, and,
She is.
we've
She's
done,
wonderful.
we've tried to do a couple of deals together, but hopefully soon we'll do some. But Jen, very respected in the industry as you are, Erin. And how did you, because a lot of agents look at it and say, you know what, I need help. I need, do I hire an assistant? Do I
Right.
partner up with someone? Do I
Yeah.
team up? How did you select the partner? Was it natural?
It was really just natural because she came to me asking if I would help her out with a listing here in Delray. And because I live here, I was like, absolutely. So I am helping her with a listing in Delray, and then I actually signed a point lot in Lighthouse Point, and I said, well, hey, let's see how this goes. So we started out with 2 listings together, and it's gone up to, 16, 18 listings that we currently have together as a team. So we have a natural flow. We walk into somebody's house, she brings something to the table that I do not, I bring something to the table that she doesn't. So naturally we work very well together. We're always in communication. I think teams, you need to talk to that person constantly. I mean, I speak to her more than I speak to my fiance every day. So, we are in constant contact about updating each other about, I spoke to this person, I spoke to this person. We recap every night what we did throughout the day if we're not spending that day together. And if we do happen to spend the day together, we do sit down and make a plan for, okay, in the next 3 days, you need to accomplish this, I need to accomplish that. So it just naturally works well with the 2 of us.
And when you decided, you guys decided that, you're going to team up, did you end up, signing team agreements or partnership agreements?
Absolutely.
And the reason why I'm asking you, hopefully you don't mind sharing, but, a lot of times, agents out there right now, they're wondering who I should team up with, or maybe I should team up. Should I be a team leader or whatever?
Right.
But it's always been a partnership. Partnerships really work very well.
They do.
As long as you said, someone could bring something to the table that the other cannot, and
Right.
vice versa.
Right. I would just say to anybody out there who's looking to team up, just make sure you put everything in writing. Just make sure you're both clear from day one. Every deal I'm going to get this amount from, or I'll get that amount from. We do have an app file system that we put all of our client information in, and it's spelled out in the app file because our company Sotheby's actually needs us to do that from day one, just so that they know when we close it who's getting paid, how much is getting paid. We put everything from photography to marketing expenses to open house expenses, broker opens in the app file, just so that we're clear about, you know, who owes what when we close out the listing and whatnot, and it just makes everything easier. So I would just say put everything in writing, keep a log of it. It doesn't take that much. There's also expense apps on your phone that you can get. Download that and just be like, I had photography yesterday, I had a drone over at a new listing we're getting in Deerfield on the Intercoastal. So I just put boom, 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 like the 3 things I paid for, and then that'll get worked out at the end of the week. So
that's great. And you know, do you know, and at least what I've seen in my experience, the partnerships that seem to fail have where they don't split things either 50-50 or certain things because they have, you know, other outside deals of their sphere or stuff like that. Right. Are you guys splitting 50-50 or do you have your own sphere that you bring? I mean, I don't mean 50-50, but whatever percentage it is
any team, I think, you know, you need to have that conversation when you first sit down and basically say, you know, this is how we see this going. But, you know, being in the luxury market, it is, you know, when we take on these large listings, you know, as a realtor, you could spend $10,000 to $20,000 marketing each listing. So it is a big expense for us as realtors to take that on, and you want to do it right, and you want to give your client every single avenue you possibly can to sell their house, because nobody wants to sell a house more than the real estate agent, you know. And in order to do so, you need to market it properly, and you need to market it correctly. And we, with Sotheby's, have many tools that allow us to do that the right way and get it out to those feeder markets. But like I said, everything combined to sell these large listings. And you know, Jen and I have been fortunate that we, you know, speak to the client. We keep in communication with them about everything that we're doing weekly or sometimes daily, depending on the client. And you know, she and I work very well together as a team, and you know, just keep on going, keep getting more listings.
That's great, and you're a fixture obviously in the Delray market, but you have other markets that you specialize in,
right.
That, you know, that you spoke about. You know, last thing. So I always ask the same question: what do we not know about Erin that you may want to share?
I don't know. I'm pretty out there on social media and you know, Instagram and Facebook. I'm originally from Michigan. If you go on my if you go on my Instagram, you'll probably see football season is coming up, so I'm getting very excited about that. Hopefully we can beat Ohio State this year. But it's funny because Jen, my partner, is from Ohio, and she grew up in Columbus, and I'm from outside of like the Detroit area, which is around Ann Arbor. So the two of us during football season, it's hard to talk sometimes because it's like, who won this game or what happened with this? But no, just gearing up for that. Love watching the games, and Michigan has a big piece of my heart. So
yeah, that's awesome. Nice. Harbaugh.
Yes. Come on,
give
us a good season this year, please.
I went to University of Alabama, so I'm a Roll Tide.
Yes.
It's easy to be an Alabama fan right now.
Right. Exactly.
Except the last game. We won't talk about that though. Thank you very much,
yes.
Erin. She's off to an inspection because she's selling property all the time. Her and Jen Sommers. Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully it goes well.
You know, really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And I think you get great value. You know, one thing, ask for it. You know, ask for that referral, ask for the business. Communication's key, especially if you want to do partnership.
Right.
And you want to get together. Make sure someone's bringing something to the table so you don't have that whole, oh, well, I'm doing more and you're doing more.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
which makes lots of divorce and breakups. So every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., breakfast with the broker. Erin, thanks so much. And
Thank you.
We'll see
Thank
you
for
next
having me.
week, next Tuesday. We have a special guest, so we will be announcing that shortly. Take care, guys. Thanks.
Thanks. Have a great day.